President Zelensky dismissing the commander of Joint Force Operations. Mr. Zelensky did not explain why or why now as this leadership shuffle collides with a new Russian offensive. Overnight, a staggered drone assault. 14 Iranian-made unmanned attack aircraft buzzing over Kyiv. Ukrainian air defenses say they shot down 11 of those drones. In Ukraine's south and east, Moscow trying to fracture the line. Russia launching 81 artillery strikes over the last 24 hours. Russia hopes the bombing frenzy chokes off Ukrainian forces in and around Bakhmut and breaks a battlefield stalemate.
Palestinian authorities say that one person has died during a riot by Israeli settlers in the West Bank. They say a group of settlers set fire to cars and some 30 homes. That was just hours after a Palestinian gunman shot and killed 2 settlers on Sunday. The attacks are part of worsening violence in the region and happened as Israeli and Palestinian officials met in Jordan to de-escalate tension.
Calls for calm did not last long in the West Bank. Just hours after 2 Israeli brothers were shot dead in their car, scores of Israeli settlers began rioting near the town of Hawara, apparently in response to the killings, which Israeli officials described as a Palestinian terror attack. The rioters began burning Palestinian homes, cars and businesses.
Police run as a building collapses in the city of Malatya in eastern Turkey. Dozens of buildings were destroyed, even though the epicenter was 10 kilometers away. Many already badly damaged by the twin earthquakes on February 6. At least 30 people were rescued from underneath the rubble. Excavators and emergency teams were trying desperately to rescue people suspected to be trapped under the rubble. Authorities say they received information there were 3 more people inside when the building collapsed. But they told Al Jazeera they're not hearing any voices.
Former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan is set for another court appearance this Tuesday. He's facing legal 4 cases, including attempted murder and one related to party funding. He will face the charges in Islamabad. It's the first time he'll be in the city since an assassination attempt, which took place in November.
It's 4 a.m. and hundreds of passengers are stranded. Flight JQ64 was due to take off from Ho Chi Minh City bound for Melbourne around 10:35 last night, but passengers had to board and disembark the Boeing 787 twice after an issue with the aircraft door. The flight was eventually cancelled, but travellers say they were left in the dark. Jetstar said customers were provided with hotel accommodation and other reasonable expenses, but some claim they were turned away because the hotel was booked out, with reports travellers had to share a room with strangers.
A court
chorus of tens of thousands of voices singing Mexico's national anthem, filling the capital's main public square known as El Zócalo. The large crowds assembling throughout the day Sunday in protest of President Andrés Manuel López Obrador's proposed budget cuts to the country's independent electoral authority, essentially its election watchdog. The protesters wearing pink, the color symbolizing the INE, the National Electoral Institute, concerned the cuts will force a more than 80% staff reduction, impacting the INE's ability to ensure fair and free elections and diminish its authority.